Walker. Councilmember Geyer.
Present.
Councilmember Halsey. Councilmember Jones.
Here.
Councilmember McMahan. Councilmember Putnam.
Here.
Councilmember Steiger.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Approval of agenda. Do I hear any comments?
Yes, I have some things I'd like to add.
We need to move, excuse James McMahan first.
Okay.
I move to, excuse James McMahan.
I didn't have it.
Where did you move?
Excuse James McMahan.
Who seconded the motion? I did. You did? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay, I'd like to add to the agenda, please, under old business, Angelica's job, and also under city council, I see that I have some things that I wish to address, and I will have some information on public safety also.
Any other?
Are you going to announce these?
I see item B under new business, confirmation of civil service appointment. That item wasn't moved forward from workshop.
Item of the day.
Huh? Well, I know, I'm just talking about this warrant. So I don't understand why it's on here. It's not been approved for the agenda from the council, and I believe it should be removed. And as well as item A was not forwarded from workshop from the council. And as such, I believe it should be removed. And I believe also item C, civil service, was not.
It's never brought forward to workshop, so
Right.
it needs to go to workshop.
And it needs to be removed from the.
Correct.
John, but your intention to hold it to under
Let me see, where are we at now? Yeah, so I would like to, at this point, to remove item G2, management form of government. We're a little early, we're meeting tomorrow for our second committee meeting, and I'd like to bring it forward for discussion at the next workshop. I feel that we're not really prepared for anything immediate as far as moving this forward at this time. So I'd like to remove that for this meeting.
Jan?
Yes, and I believe all council members have this item in front of you. We need to add to tonight's agenda the discussion regarding payment of attorney fees for Mayor Fund. It's not on tonight's agenda. You should have that paperwork in front of you. The attorney will be addressing that, and we can move it to the end of new business, make it item P. I make a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Council has stricken 3 of my new business. 8A, adoption of ordinance number 1318-1841, reestablishing the position of Chief of Police by reinstating Section 2.28.020 and Section 2.28.030 and repealing Chapter 2.26 Public Safety Director of the Pacific Municipal Code.
Do we have public comments, Mayor?
As mayor, I have this to say. Ordinance number 13-841 was discussed in the February 4th workshop. Councilmember John Jones and Gary Halsey wanted to stop me from presenting this ordinance, number 13-1841, to be adopted at this regular council meeting. Their argument was that the civil service has the jurisdiction to repeal this ordinance number 13-1841, not the council. That was a kindergarten argument, of which I did not say, yes, I agree, the Civil Service Commission has the power over the council to repeal ordinance number 13-1841. I did not say I will table this ordinance number 13-1841 until council member John Jones and Gary Halsey conduct their findings. Now, their finding is to establish the fact that the Civil Service Commission has the power and jurisdiction over the repeal of this ordinance. Because I did not consent to their suggestion, this ordinance number 13-1841 was removed from the agenda. The reasons why I put forth this ordinance number 13-1841 are: 1, ordinance number 13-1841 repeals Municipal Code 2.26, which establishes a public safety director. In definition, the public safety director directs and manages both the police and the fire department.
Point of order, Mr. Mayor.
I'm to call a point of order. I'm chairing the meeting.
Well, you're out of order.
You're out of order. I'm not out of order because you don't want the public to hear this.
Mr. Mayor, this is not your meeting, it is a council meeting. You are just...
I think this council meeting right now has knocked out 3 of my new business inputs. And I don't know why they're knocking it off, and my hunch is that they're knocking it off because they don't want to face the fact that there's a bunch, face the fact that they did some errors in the past that I'm trying to correct. I'm gonna ask the, Mayor Pro Tem to continue the meeting. I had enough of this for tonight. And maybe the next time, at the workshop, I'll be able to put my 3 ordinance through.
Usually. Like usual.
Take over.
Here we go again.
Not here we go again. Is that
You dismiss yourself. You're gone.
You need to
Is that
listen to
in
the
this
people.
meeting,
You're out of order, Mayor.
among the 7 council members, I'm kibosh, blocked.
You need to
Can't do
listen
my
to
job.
the public
So why should I
comment.
sit here?
Don't sit there, do us a
The
favor.
only person you listen to
It's my
is yourself and whoever is
He
sitting
just
in
asked
your
me.
line.
All right.
You
It's our question, why do I sit there? Don't sit there.
Resign. Oh,
We don't
my
want you to sit
God.
there.
Such a big easy poo-poo there.
No, Mommy, let's put diapers on him. Put some diapers on. Back.
We'll come back to order. Councilmember Putnam.
Can we have the record clarified some of the comments made by the mayor before he left?
Can't hear you.
Can we shut this off, please?
I think they'll
He needs to be out.
Just wanted to clarify what's actually happened here. The ordinance 13-1481 was brought to workshop last week. At that workshop, it was directed that would be forwarded to the next workshop with legal analysis before being considered by council. So it is not that we are blocking consideration of it, we are actively considering it. It is scheduled for the next workshop with legal analysis. And the second ordinance that he had on tonight, 13-1482, has, okay.
Sorry, it was a typo, I amended the agenda.
All right, not a problem, thanks. Anyway, the second one has not been to workshop at all and is not proper to bring before council tonight. Council will have that on our next workshop agenda, I assume, because it's been brought forward at this point, and would be willing to consider it after proper legal analysis, but I don't believe any of us intends to be railroaded into considering ordinances without proper legal analysis.
The other item we want to bring up is the other item we might bring up is the fact that, the civil service appointment the mayor was asking for was communicated at the workshop last meeting and was not moved forward, and as such, should not have been added on the agenda tonight.
So, with the pleasure of tonight's little surprise, I'm going to take, go ahead.
I would like to add for the public, there's a very serious condition when you are a whistleblower or in that category, that any retaliatory action taken would be very detrimental to the city. And that's why council is very concerned and wants to ensure that we recognize there's been changes, they recognize there's been changes, but they also need to do it appropriately to limit the liability of the city for their actions.
So I just wanted to make it clear for the record that I did contact the mayor via email and left a hard copy in his box, a copy of our rules of procedure and why these things were going to be removed from the agenda.
Can't hear you.
She said she sent the mayor an email and left him a hard copy in his box, giving him the rules of procedure and why these items were removed from tonight's agenda. So, with the pleasure of tonight's surprise and finding myself chairing the meeting and having the opportunity to come in late, I just want to confirm with council that the agenda that I've got in front of me is the agenda that was approved. We struck item 2 from, sub 2 from item G, correct?
Correct.
We struck A, B, and C.
Correct.
And I thought I heard conversation from Councilmember Jones about item G. Is that still on, or was that struck? That's still on, and we added an item P. There's also something under old business?
Yes.
Okay.
Clint
we're-
would like to introduce.
Okay.
And another item under council reports, Clint.
So Clint's got a new item too?
And, yes, under.
Okay. All right, so
Also, I have under public safety.
you had some for public safety. Okay. So we will now resume our order of business, and I believe the next item up was audience comment. I don't think I have any forms in front of me, do we?
He took them all with him.
So I wanted to comment.
He doesn't want anybody to
Hold on,
speak.
just a second, have a seat real quick. So, just to ensure that we've got an orderly process tonight, I trust that there are sufficient copies over there. We'll just have folks come up one by one, even if you already submitted a copy, to make sure we've got an appropriate record. If you could fill that out, at some point tonight, and make sure you get them to the clerk. So, let's start coming up one by one. I don't have the opportunity.
I was first anyway.
Sure, go ahead. And make sure you give your name and address.
My name's Rob Desario. I live at 267 6th Avenue Southwest, Pacific 98047. The city of Pacific has to disincorporate. That way we get rid of the city council and the police department. They both do nothing good for the city. What happened to our garbage bills when the city gave us, the citizens, the shaft when Waste Management started collecting the money? Mine went up $5.30 just on a 32-gallon can and recyclable. There's nobody to beef to. It's like talking to the wall when you talk to those people.
Sir, could I ask you to address the council?
I'm addressing the city citizens. I already addressed the council.
Okay. Real quick, I'm going to pause your timer here. This is the opportunity for citizens to give comments to the council,
Okay.
and so I'd appreciate it if you directed your comments toward us.
Okay. We have no more city to back us up on our bills. I walk the city every day, up Milwaukee Avenue, up and down, up Pacific Avenue, up and down. I never see a cop. I seen the other day you were complaining about overtime. What do? The Dairy Queen closes at 11. And then I noticed vehicles traveling well over 25 miles an hour, especially commercial vehicles. It's a zoo over where I live with Lennar Homes building the new homes, blocking streets with vehicles on both sides of a narrow street.
Yeah.
Fire trucks couldn't possibly get by for emergencies. Where's the police or the city? The city planner, Paula, I talked to her when this tent revival was going on. She's scared of her own shadow. She was at lunch at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. How's she going to deal with a contractor? There's no parking's being forced on Yakima Avenue. They're parking 24 hours a day over there. You're so concerned on getting rid of Cy Sun. The real problem is the inefficiency of the city council and the police. This other stuff might be a little nitpicky, but I see people riding their bikes around the city, no helmets on. I see people working on cars and trucks in their personal garages that are of a commercial volume, thus avoiding a business tax. If I see it, why can't cops? I reiterate, if I start getting pulled over for bogus moving violations or any other harassment, you'll be sitting in a witness chair in the Department of Justice. You had a cop over there last month watching my place again, and when I got home, he watched me leave and he watched me come back. And when I put binoculars on him, he took off. It was car 111, and I write all that stuff down, Massey. I reiterate, too, we have to disincorporate. That's the only answer here. That's it. Oh, also I have a thing I cut out of the Times last month. It's a corruption trial for the city council down in Bell, California. Are you well aware of that? And that Mama Luke Rizzo, he's from this area. He's the one that started this. They were city council members supposed to be getting $600–700 a month, and they appropriated themselves $70,000 a year, plus another $300,000 in pensions and stuff. It could happen here.
Thank you. I've got a couple of sign-in sheets that have come in, so let's go next to Katie Gerberding. And sir, if you didn't fill out a sheet, if you could, I'd appreciate it.
Sure.
Thank you.
What happened to the other one?
They're on the counter over here.
I had Lieutenant Matthew put one in Mayor Sun's mailbox.
Go ahead. Let me get you going.
I mean,
Go ahead. Got a lot of.
Katie Garberding, 366 White River Drive. The police department, provides, okay, I'm so upset, I'm sorry. Can I get somebody else to go first and let me just take a minute?
Sure.
And then,
Let's
okay.
go to Lois Holsey.
My name is Lois Holsey, and I have a couple of questions about the city park. I called up to the city hall here and asked why the park was closed completely, that we can't even get in there with anybody who wants to play with the kids or let them play, can't walk the dogs or anything, and I was told that was not our doing, that was King County Park. So I thought, okay, so I called King County Park, and I talked to 3 different people, and they told me absolutely not. That was not their doing to close that park. That the only thing that they are responsible for is those big sandbag things. They are not responsible for either one of the driveways. That is the city, our city, that closes it. And she said, I believe it was somebody from the city park down here that did call and close it. And she said, we were just as stunned as you are. And I don't know why there can't be just a little opening that we can walk the dogs, let the kids play. And then there's a great big white sign. I have no idea what that says because we're all supposed to read it, but the park is closed and the sign is facing the river. And that doesn't make sense to me.
Have you spoken to Mr. Barnett? Ken, will you
I
raise
don't
your
know
hand?
who is running.
I think this is something that Ken might be able to get you some more information about. Ken, can you make sure to connect with her? Yes, I will. At some point?
Thank you. And one more thing, real quick. Lieutenant Matthew, you guys are doing a terrific job. Absolutely terrific.
Katie, do you still want to take a minute?
Yeah, one
Okay,
more.
so let's go Tom Halseth, and after Tom, we'll do Audrey Crookshank. And John Thompson, you'll be in the hole.
Tom Halsted, 537 Milwaukee Boulevard South. Been here about 2 years. I have 2 concerns, and as you've seen all over the news, everybody, is our police force is down to 4, and my thought process has come down to how do you manage a police force of 4 officers 24 hours a day? There's an 8-hour shift, 8-hour shift, 8-hour shift. So 1 officer, possibly 2 officers for 1 shift. My other concern is the officers themselves. What they're doing for this city to try and protect us is immense. And how can we expect 4 people to protect this city of 6,000? But my biggest concern is the officers themselves. I've worked for companies that run 24 hours a day. We had 80 people, not 4. I don't know what can be done, but I have to voice my opinion. But as a citizen of this community, do I feel safe? No. Am I more watchful around my house, in my community? Yes. Is there anything I can do to help? I don't know. There's 2 decommissioned police cars over there. Sign one over to me, I'll be another eye on the street. I'll insure it. I'll take care of it. I'll maintain it. If I can help in any way, I will, but I don't know if I can.